jump on here and add that when you start making your goulash, to go ahead and get your water in a pot and get it to boiling. And that way, at the same time you're cooking your meat mixture, your macaroni will be done, because it takes a while to get your water to boil, and then it takes like 8 to 10 minutes. So it takes 8 to 10 minutes to cook your macaroni, and that way everything will come together at the same time, and you won't be waiting on one another. So you'll have a quick, easy supper. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our veggies chopped. The veggies I chose to use was onion, celery, and a little bit of red bell pepper. My husband's not a fan of red bell peppers or any bell peppers. He likes the flavor, but he doesn't actually like biting them. But I'm going to sneak a little bit in this dish, and hopefully he won't notice. You can add any veggies you like. You can put mushrooms. This is my mama's recipe. She said sometimes she's even put corn in it. It's a really simple dish. It's very cheap. You just have macaroni and your tomato and your beef of choice. You can do ground turkey, ground beef, or you can just do veggies if you don't want any meat at all, or you can do meat substitute. It's anything that you want to do. It's your choice. It's your life. Live it. Make it how you want it. Make it delicious. She does simple seasonings like chili powder, salt, and pepper. And she says that's all she uses in it. So I'm going with my mama's recipe, and we'll see how it turns out. Now my mama's recipe only calls for 1 small onion to 1 pound of meat. But I had this little bit of onion here left over that I found in the fridge. And mama always taught me waste not, want not. So I'm just going to cut it up and put it in there too. Is it just me, or does everybody like the sound of chopping? I never know if I should play music over the actual noises in the kitchen, you know, because it's live. It's real life. This is what happens when you cook. Or if people prefer it to just have like music in the background. But I like the sound of chopping. I don't know, I'm weird. Just let me know in the comments below if you like to hear the sound, or if you'd rather not to hear the sound and just hear some music in the background. One day I'm going to be able to chop like Rachel Ray. But I did learn how to chop like I do from her. I just loved her 30-minute meals when they come out from the beginning. She's taught me a lot. So has my mama. Hopefully me and my mama will be able to cook together. This pandemic calms down and we can get together. But she and I both are high risk for COVID-19. I am immunocompromised because I have Crohn's disease and I take medicine that lowers my immune system. This onion's making my nose run and me cry. And I also have asthma. I was born with it. It's not as bad as it was when I was younger, but. And then my mama, she has diabetes and a few other health risks. So hopefully soon we'll be able to get in the kitchen together. Maybe I can share some of my mama's recipes. I call her for everything and text her, and my mom is one of those cooks that she doesn't really measure anything. So she's like, well, a little bit of this and that, which I totally understand because I do that myself. So it's kind of hard, for her to give me exact measurements and stuff, because I was like, how much macaroni do I need to put in this dish? And she's like, well, it just depends on how much. I'm going to cut that end of the celery off. That's some of that bad celery I got from Kroger, and I don't know, it just looks funny. I don't trust it. When in doubt, throw it out. That's my motto. But anyway, I was like, well, Mama, how much macaroni do I put in this? And she was like, well, sis, it just depends on how much meat. And I was like, well, I got a pound of ground beef that I'm going to use. And she was like, she was telling me by how many cups. And I'm like, all right. break that down. Is that a half a box or a box or what, Bob? And she said, that's going to be a whole box of macaroni. And I was like, okay. And just love my mama. And she said at first, you know, that your mixture might look like it's kind of runny and extra juicy, but she said as the macaroni sets in it, it'll thicken and that pasta will just continue to absorb your tomato juices and everything. And you don't have to use elbow macaroni, of course. Do whatever you like. If you like those little ear pastas, I can't think of what they're really called, but they look like little ears. You know, if you like the bow top pasta or the spiral pasta or any, just whatever you got on hand, by all means, use it up. Don't make no special trips or buy just elbow macaroni just for the sake of it. It does kind of look like a lot of onion, but I'm going to go with it. Who doesn't like cooked onion? And then I'm going to use a little bit of this bell pepper here. Hopefully my husband won't notice. I'm not going to use much. No. I thought about making 2 pans. That way I can put different things in it. But that's just too much like work. That's just crazy. So maybe I can do some good dicing here and get it diced up super small. Maybe he won't notice it. He just doesn't like to bite into bell peppers for some reason. He doesn't mind the flavor of them, like he likes the flavor of them. He just doesn't like when you bite into them. See if I can dice this up. And if you didn't want to put bell pepper in it, I bet you could add some paprika to it. Some cumin would be good. Alright, maybe he won't notice that. So let me get my hamburger and get that sauteing, and then I'll add the veggies. I guess I could turn the pan on. That probably would help things to get cooking a little bit faster, don't you agree? I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking this up. I'm kind of weird about like when I eat something with ground meat in it. I don't like big clumps at all. I like it super fine pieces, the best that I can. Isn't that weird how sometimes you just get so particular about things? And you know that one hamburger that you get in packs and it looks kind of stringy? I know you guys probably know what I'm talking about when it comes across. I hate cooking that kind of hamburger. Because like when it cooks up, you got like little strings or something. I don't know. It just reminds me of little worms or something. I don't know. It tastes the same. It's not like it's a texture thing. It just looks weird. I guess it's true what they say, you eat with your eyes. Well, I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper my meat now while I have a chance. You always want to season your food in layers. That way you make sure everything's well seasoned at the end. That's just how I was raised. Some people don't do a lot of seasonings and they just wait to the end and just add it to the end, and that's totally fine. But I like to season as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. Okay guys, so my hamburger's pretty much browned up. So I am going to drain it and drop my macaroni and add my veggies. back. Drained meat. I'm going to go ahead and shovel in my veg. Don't you just love that sound? I'm going to go ahead and get this seasoned up with salt and pepper to taste. And then I'm going to add some ground paprika, just because I didn't put very much red bell pepper in it. And then I've got my chili powder here. Mama said a tablespoon chili powder. I'm going to give this a mix and let these veggies get cooking and softened. Now my water's boiling. Dump in my macaroni. I'm going to give it a stir. You want to stir it frequently because pasta likes to stick together and they like to stick to the bottom and burn. And don't forget to set your timer. It usually takes 8 to 10 minutes. It's going to finish cooking in this meat tomato sauce mixture, so I'm just going to cook mine on 8 minutes. Doesn't that look so pretty, y'all? Of course, use the veggies that you want. I tell you what this dish reminds me of. It's kind of like a fancier version of like a hamburger helper. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a close-up. So now I'm going to open up my tomatoes. I got a can of crushed and a can of diced because that's just what I had on hand. You can use 2 cans of crushed or 2 cans of diced. Here's what the veg looks like after they've been cooking for a couple minutes. I wish y'all could smell this. It smells so good. This would be so good in the fall and the winter. If you just want a comfort food meal, this would be absolutely delicious. And I have a feeling this is one of those meals that's better the next day, like soups, chilies, meatloaf, sloppy joes, those type of things. I have never made this dish, but I've grown up eating it, and I kind of forgot about it until recently. And I had asked my husband if he ever heard of goulash or ate it, and he was like, yes, I love goulash. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And then he was telling me what his mama put in it. She put mushrooms in it. She did not put any bell peppers in it that he remembered. And I think I'm going to make a pan of cornbread to go with this, because I feel like cornbread would be the perfect little accompaniment with this. Because you're going to have some juice from the tomatoes. But you want to cook these veggies, I don't know, I'm going to say probably for a good 5 or 10 minutes until they're soft and tender, because you don't want them to be crunchy. And then once they get to that stage, we'll add in our tomatoes. And then let everything get together, get to know each other, get acquainted, and get even more flavorful. And then by then, the macaroni will be done. And we'll drain the macaroni and add that to the pot. I may have to switch everything over to the big pot. I'm not sure if it's all going to fit or not. I'll find out when the time comes. I'm going to get that baby off, and I'm going to drain my macaroni, and I will be right back. And I'm going to add my macaroni. I don't know if it's all going to go. Oh boy. I think it's going to go. Yes. Woo-wee! Just barely fit in that pan. It's about like me trying to get into a pair of skinny jeans. I think I might have to switch them over to the other pot. What do y'all think? Yeah, I'm gonna make a mess here. Let me switch this into the bigger pot. Alright, we're back in the big pot now. Okay, that made a lot of food. All right, let's get our tomatoes in. Make sure you splash some tomato juice on yourself like I did. Awesome. Now let's get that mixed in. And added. Turned my burner down to 5 earlier when I was halfway sauteing my veggies. So now what we got to do is we just take one of these cans that our tomatoes come in, and we're going to fill it up with water and dump it in. Y'all can see that or not. Y'all may not see this video at all. When I go back to look at to edit, I may decide I don't like it. So I got my spoon. Let me give it a taste test. See what she needs. It's gonna be hot. Oh wow. That is really good. And we would have macaroni and tomatoes. Kind of reminds me of that. All right, let me zoom y'all in so you can see what it looks like. There we have it, folks. I hope you make this and enjoy it. If so, send a pic to me. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna make a little bit of cornbread. My husband doesn't like cornbread as much as I do, so I'm just gonna use this here, the old cast iron, we call them cornbread sticks. My mama gave this to me, so I'm just gonna make a little bit just for that. He might eat a piece with butter, I'm not for sure. So I'm just gonna make a small batch of cornbread. Of course, if you wanna make more, just double, triple, quadruple your recipe. My favorite thing to use to make cornbread is the Martha White self-rising cornmeal mix. This has absolutely everything in it that you need. You just need this, milk, an egg or two, depending on how much you're making. And I like pepper in my cornbread, so I'm gonna add a little pepper, and you just need a pinch of salt, and it's that easy. Go ahead and crank your oven up to 425, 450. Another thing, you wanna make sure that this is well buttered or greased, whatever you're cooking it in, so you can melt butter and put it in it, spray it with Pam. But you just wanna make sure that that is well greased so your cornbread does not stick. Also, a thing my mom used to do is that she would go ahead and put the oil or butter or whatever in her cast iron pan or whatever she was using, and go ahead and put that in the oven as it heats up, and then let the cast iron pan get hot. And then when you put that cornbread in, you get that good crispy, crunchy outer crust. So that's another idea of what you can do if you like your cornbread like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my egg in. Let me wash my hands. I'm one of those people that wash my hands like 50 times a day, especially when I'm cooking. Like, I can't like crack an egg and like not wash my hands. I can't even just wipe it off. Some people can do that, but I just cannot. So I'm gonna go ahead and break my egg up. All right, so I'm gonna use about a cup of the cornmeal mix. salt, and I like pepper in my cornbread. Some people put sugar in the cornbread. You can do that if that's what you like. It's not really my style. Or you can just use a good old box of Jiffy. So I'm gonna use my milk. I have to use oat milk. Give it a shake. You just wanna eyeball the milk. It's probably gonna be about a half a cup to a cup for this amount. You don't want it real thick and you don't want it real thin. I don't really, I guess I could have measured it to know exactly how much. I just kind of eyeball it until I get it the consistency that I like. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Can see that. So that's about right for me. So I'm in the pan here. I think I sprayed that, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna give her another spray. I'll be safe and sorry. And then I'm just gonna spoon this in. These little ears of corn. When I was a child, I used to love these things. I don't know why it is. It's probably just in my head, but it's like things always seem to taste better when you get them in little individual servings or a bite size. I probably put too much in these because these will rise up a little bit. That's all right. I'm not going to try to scoop it out. That'll just make a mess. It'd be like trying to unring the bell. Can't unring the bell, can you? Can't put toothpaste back in the tube. It's done, it's done. Alright, looks like I got a little bit left for maybe some more. So there's that. I'm going to pop this in the oven until it gets good brown and golden. Okay, y'all, here's what my cornmeal sticks look like when they come out of the oven. As you can see, the ones that I overfilled got a little puffy, but that's okay. They still taste delicious. So I'm gonna flip these out and pop them out so you can see just how cute they are on the other side. And there they are, guys. Are they not absolutely gorgeous? They just look like little ears of corn. Just brings back so much of my childhood right now. These are gonna be absolutely delicious with the goulash. I hope you guys enjoyed this meal and this video, and thank you so much for watching.